Captain Aaron Thompson stood at the edge of the massive docking platform, staring up at the alien warship hovering silently above the planet. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before. A gleaming black vessel that seemed alive with moving panels and pulsing lights that changed color like a breathing organism. The human envoy team had been sent to assist the Alien Alliance, a species known as the Cletherians, in a training exercise. Humans were new to this galaxy, often underestimated, and Aaron felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on his shoulders. He adjusted his uniform nervously. "Okay, Aaron," he muttered to himself. "You're here to help, just don't break anything." The doors of the ship opened with a low hiss, and Aaron was immediately swept inside. The interior was sleek and metallic, with walls that glimmered with strange symbols he couldn't read. Alien soldiers moved quickly, their movements precise, their armor shining like black mirrors. Every so often, a sharp click echoed as they tapped control panels that floated in midair. A large figure stepped forward, and Aaron froze. The alien was immense, towering at over 8 feet with dark green skin and eyes that glowed faintly like molten gold. His armor was engraved with symbols of command, and his massive shoulders looked capable of crushing a human with ease. This was the general, the one Aaron had been assigned to assist. "You are the human?" the general growled. His voice was deep and vibrating, shaking the walls slightly. "I am General Terex, I hear. You are here to help me with the simulator." Aaron nodded quickly. "Yes, General. I'm Captain Aaron Thompson, human envoy. I'm here to assist you in any way I can." Terex's glowing eyes narrowed. "We shall see." He gestured with a clawed hand toward a large chamber. "Follow me. But be warned, human. This is not simple work. Many who attempt to control our devices fail." Aaron swallowed hard and followed. The chamber was massive, easily the size of a football field, with strange machinery spread across the floor. Tubes and wires ran along the walls, glowing faintly with energy. In the center of the room stood a massive structure that looked like a cage but with no bars. Only energy fields forming a glowing grid in the air. "This is the gravity simulator," Terex explained. "It allows our soldiers to train under low-gravity conditions. You will assist me." He flexed his massive arms. "Make a mistake and the results could be unpleasant." Aaron nodded, trying not to let his nervousness show. He had studied the manual for the simulator for weeks, but it was still complicated. "Understood, General. I will follow your instructions carefully." Terex snorted, a sound like rolling boulders. "We shall see." The general climbed into the simulator first, his long legs folding awkwardly inside the energy grid. Aaron adjusted the controls, his fingers hovering over buttons that glowed faintly. He had one task: set the gravity to the correct level for training exercises. "Easy, right?" Aaron took a deep breath. "Setting gravity. Now." He adjusted a few dials, checked the readings, and pressed the activation button. For a moment, nothing happened. Then with a loud whir, the energy field flashed bright white. Terex felt his feet lift from the floor. He flailed, trying to regain balance, but the gravity simulator had overcompensated. The general shot upward, his massive frame spinning like a leaf caught in a windstorm. Aaron's heart sank. "No, no, no, no," he shouted. He pressed buttons frantically, trying to reverse the settings. Terex slammed against the walls of the chamber, knocking several panels loose. Sparks flew. "Human," he roared. "What have you done?" Aaron's hands trembled. I miscalculated the gravity level." "I'll fix it." The simulator finally stabilized, and Terex landed hard on the floor with a deafening crash. Dust and smoke filled the chamber. The general lay there for a moment, groaning, trying to move his massive body. When he finally sat up, he glared at Aaron, his glowing eyes narrowing. "You, human, you did it wrong last night," Terex growled, his voice low and dangerous. "Now I cannot even sit properly." Aaron froze. I'm so sorry, General. I didn't mean to." Terex waved a massive claw dismissively. "Silence. This is not the time for excuses. You will fix this, or face consequences," Aaron gulped. Consequences from this alien general could be serious, but then he noticed something strange. Despite the anger in Terex's voice, there was also a flicker of amusement in his eyes, something almost human in its complexity. Aaron decided to take a cautious risk. "I can help you, General," he said, his voice steady. "But I have an idea that might make the simulator even better than before. If you allow me..." Terex's eyes narrowed further. Speak, human. Explain this idea of yours. Aaron took a deep breath and began to describe how adjusting the energy fields in a different pattern could improve the simulator. It would allow not only humans but also aliens to train faster, with more agility and less strain on their bodies. He spoke quickly, carefully, avoiding any technical jargon the general might not understand. Terex listened, silent, his eyes fixed on Aaron. When he finished, there was a long pause. The chamber was filled with tension, broken only by the faint hum of the simulator. "You think this will work?" Terex asked finally. "I do, General," Aaron replied confidently. "I've tested it in simulations back on the human ship. It should enhance reaction time and coordination for everyone." Terex leaned back, crossing his massive arms. "Perhaps you are not completely useless. We shall test this. But if it fails..." He let the threat hang in the air, unspoken. Aaron nodded quickly. "Understood, General. I will make sure it works." Over the next few hours, Aaron adjusted the simulator under Terex's watchful eye. The process was delicate. One wrong move could send sparks flying or worse. Terex, despite his massive frame and initial anger, allowed Aaron to work. Occasionally, he would mutter instructions or corrections in his guttural language, and Aaron would try to follow as best as he could. Finally, it was ready. Aaron activated the simulator again, holding his breath. This time the gravity adjusted smoothly. Terex moved within the energy field without struggle. His long legs and massive body supported perfectly. He leapt, ran, and even rolled across the floor with surprising ease. Terex paused, landing in a crouch and looking directly at Aaron. "You did not completely ruin my machine," he said. "In fact, you may have improved it." Aaron couldn't hide his relief. "Thank you, General. I'm glad it's working properly now." Terex's glowing eyes softened just slightly. "Humans are strange creatures," he said, almost to himself. "Weak in many ways, yet bold. Reckless, yet clever." He straightened his posture, his armor gleaming under the lights. "Perhaps there is more to your kind than I expected." Aaron smiled, feeling a surge of pride. For the first time, he realized that humans might have a place in this alien alliance. Not because of strength or skill, but because of creativity, courage, and ingenuity. As they left the simulator chamber, Terex muttered again, half to Aaron and half to himself. "Next time, human. Try not to make me unable to sit, but you may have some value after all." Aaron laughed nervously. "I'll do my best, General." And as they walked through the metallic corridors of the alien warship, a strange bond began to form. Aaron knew that despite the enormous challenges ahead, this was only the beginning of an adventure that would test both humans and aliens in ways neither species had ever imagined. For now, though he had survived his first encounter with General Terex, and somehow, that was an accomplishment in itself. The next morning, Captain Aaron Thompson entered the simulator chamber with a mix of determination and nervous energy. General Terex had not yet fully recovered from the gravity accident, and every step he took was slow and deliberate. His massive armor, once a symbol of strength and power, now creaked faintly as he moved. Aaron knew this was his chance to prove that humans could help the aliens in ways they had never imagined. "Human," Terex growled as Aaron approached. "I still feel stiff. My legs, my back, everything. You are responsible. Do not think this is over." Aaron raised his hands in a gesture of peace. "I know, General, and I want to help you recover. There are some techniques I've studied that might make things easier for you. They are human physical therapy methods adapted to low gravity." Terex blinked, the glowing of his eyes dimming slightly. "Human methods? You dare to suggest healing techniques to a Cletherian general?" Aaron nodded confidently. "I dare, General, but only because I think it can work. You don't have to trust me. Yet. Just watch and try." Terex huffed, but allowed Aaron to begin. The human approached cautiously, demonstrating stretches and movements designed to increase flexibility without putting too much strain on the general's massive body. Terex tried to mimic him, but his limbs moved awkwardly, his muscles stiff from the accident. "Foolish human," he growled. "Your methods are slow, weak." Aaron ignored the insult, guiding Terex gently. "It's not about speed, General. It's about precision and control. If we do this carefully, your body will recover faster. The first hour was filled with grunts, awkward movements, and occasional slips. Terex toppled forward once, sending a small console sliding across the floor. Sparks flew, and a few soldiers scrambled to catch it. Aaron winced, but quickly readjusted the settings. "Careful, General," he said. "We don't want another simulator incident." Terex grunted but finally attempted a slow roll, landing on his massive legs. Human, your method is strange, but perhaps useful." Aaron allowed himself a small smile. "Thank you, General. That's all I ask." As the hours passed, Terex's movements became smoother. He was still stiff, but he could sit and bend without groaning. Aaron noticed the General's gaze lingered on him occasionally, studying how the human adapted so quickly to alien anatomy. It was as if Terex was both skeptical and curious enough to test Aaron further. "Human," Terex said after a short pause. "The simulator, it is still not optimized. You fixed the accident, yes, but it can do more. I do not see your true genius yet. Show me improvement." Aaron swallowed. This was it, the moment to prove that humans could think in ways aliens could not. "I have an idea, General. If we adjust the energy fields in a specific pattern, we can create variable gravity zones. Soldiers can train in one area at normal gravity, another at half, and another even less. It would challenge reflexes and agility far more than a single setting." Terex tilted his head. "Variable, zones, risky, dangerous." Aaron nodded. "Yes, it is, but I can control it. I just need your permission to try a small-scale test first." The General hesitated, then finally nodded. "Very well, human, but if this fails, you will repair this chamber with your own hands." Aaron got to work, adjusting the simulator carefully. He monitored the energy flow, ensuring that each zone had precise gravity levels. It was delicate work, and even a minor miscalculation could cause another accident. Terex watched silently, his massive arms crossed, occasionally muttering commands in his guttural language. Aaron tried to follow each command carefully, knowing that one misstep could anger the General further. Finally, the simulator was ready. Aaron activated the variable zones, and Terex stepped inside. At first, he moved cautiously, testing each area. His massive legs shifted uneasily as gravity changed, but he adapted quickly. The General began leaping and rolling across the floor with a fluidity Aaron had not expected. Terex landed in a crouch, breathing heavily. "Human, this is effective. More effective than I imagined. You may have genius." Aaron smiled. "Thank you, General. That's what I hoped for. But we need to practice more to make it perfect." The next few hours were filled with rigorous training. Aaron guided Terex through obstacle courses, low-gravity combat drills, and reaction exercises. Despite his size, Terex adapted to the new system, slowly gaining more control and precision. The other Cletherian soldiers watched in awe as the General moved faster and more skillfully than ever before. During a short break, Terex approached Aaron. "Human, you are strange, reckless, yet clever, weak, yet persistent. Tell me, why do you not fear me?" Aaron shrugged. "I respect you, General, but fear doesn't help solve problems. Humans face danger every day. We adapt. We find solutions, that's how we survive." Terex studied him for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "Perhaps there is merit to your kind. I underestimated humans." Aaron felt a sense of pride. For the first time, he realized that his ingenuity was being recognized by a species far stronger and more advanced than humans. Just then, a loud alarm sounded. Red lights flashed across the chamber. Terex's massive head snapped toward the source. "Intruders!" he roared. Aaron's heart raced. "What is happening?" "Some of our rival forces. They test our defenses regularly. They may be attacking now. Terex gestured to Aaron. Human, you will follow my commands. Quickly. We must defend the ship. Aaron nodded and activated the simulator's defense protocols. The variable gravity zones now became a training ground turned battlefield. Aliens and humans moved through the changing gravity, using agility and reflexes to dodge attacks. Aaron led a team of humans, showing tactics the aliens had not considered: unexpected maneuvers, coordinated team attacks, and using the environment to their advantage. Terex, still slightly stiff, could not move as freely as before, but he adapted by issuing strategic commands. Move left, use cover, human, flank them. The humans followed Aaron's lead, surprising the intruders with their unpredictable strategies. Terex watched, impressed. Despite their smaller size and physical limitations, humans used their intelligence and creativity to turn the battle in their favor. After an intense skirmish, the intruders retreated. The simulator chamber was filled, with the sounds of hissing vents and quiet chatter from the soldiers. But there was a sense of accomplishment in the air. Terex turned to Aaron, his glowing eyes softer now. You, humans, are more capable than I believed. Weak in many ways, yet adaptable. You survive, where others fail. Aaron wiped sweat from his brow. Thank you, General. I only did what humans do best: think and adapt. Terex allowed a small smile, something almost human in expression. Perhaps this was not a mistake, human. Perhaps your recklessness has value. Aaron laughed softly. I'll take that as a compliment. By the end of the day, Terex's mobility had improved significantly. He could sit, bend, and move without much strain, thanks to the adapted human techniques. More importantly, he had begun to see humans not as weak creatures, but as clever and resourceful allies. As Aaron prepared to leave the chamber for the night, Terex called him back. Human, stay close. I want to see how far your ingenuity can take us. Perhaps, together, we can achieve more than either species imagined. Aaron nodded, feeling a mixture of pride and excitement. This was more than just a training mission. It was a chance to prove humanity's worth on a galactic scale, and with General Terex beginning to trust him, the possibilities were endless. As he left the chamber, Aaron looked up at the stars visible through the ship's observation windows. He knew that the coming days would be filled with challenges, battles, and discoveries. But he also knew that humans had something the galaxy needed: courage, creativity, and the ability to turn even mistakes into opportunities. And somehow, despite the danger, the stiff alien, and the strange machinery, Aaron felt ready for whatever came next. The following day, the alien warship was quiet, almost too quiet. Captain Aaron Thompson had grown accustomed to the hum of machinery and the organized chaos of the Clitherian soldiers moving about. But today something felt off. The air in the corridors was tense, and even General Terex moved with unusual caution. Aaron followed the general into the simulator chamber, expecting another day of training. But before he could speak, a red warning light flashed across the walls, accompanied by a loud, echoing alarm. The ship shuddered slightly, and the sound of distant explosions vibrated through the floor. Terex's massive frame tensed instantly. Intruders. Our rivals are testing our defenses, or worse, attacking. Human, stay close. This is not a drill. Aaron's pulse quickened. What should we do, General? Terex growled, his deep voice shaking the walls. We fight, and we survive. Follow my lead, human, and do exactly as I command. Aaron nodded, remembering the training from the previous day. He had already adapted to the variable gravity simulator and the alien tactics, and he knew this was his chance to prove that humans could make a difference, even in real combat. The chamber transformed instantly. Energy fields flickered as the simulator switched into defense mode. Gravity zones shifted dynamically, creating low-gravity areas where human agility could be an advantage. The rival alien forces had boarded the ship, moving with strength and speed, confident that their superior size would give them the upper hand. Aaron led a small team of humans through the changing zones. The low gravity allowed them to leap high, move quickly, and dodge attacks in ways the larger aliens could not anticipate. Aaron shouted commands, guiding his team with strategies that relied on intelligence rather than brute strength. Left flank. Use cover behind the energy pillars. Watch for the high strike, he called out. The Clitherian soldiers, including Terex, were initially hesitant to follow a human's lead, but they quickly realized the human tactics were working. Even the stiff general found himself able to maneuver strategically, issuing orders rather than physically fighting. His strength was unmatched, but his limited mobility meant he needed Aaron's ingenuity to coordinate the defense. The battle intensified. Aliens clashed across the chamber, the energy fields flickering as weapons and shields collided. Aaron's team of humans moved in perfect synchronization, exploiting the variable gravity zones. They leapt over barriers, dodged massive strikes, and struck at weak points the larger aliens could not protect. One of the intruders, a massive alien warrior nearly twice Aaron's size, charged at a human soldier. Aaron saw the attack coming and shouted, "Roll to the left!" The soldier obeyed, landing safely as the larger alien crashed into the floor, stunned. The humans quickly took advantage, using teamwork to subdue the intruder without risking lethal harm. Terex watched, his eyes glowing brightly. Human, your mind, it is. Remarkable. Weak in strength, but clever. Aaron allowed himself a small smile but kept his focus on the battle. He knew the fight was far from over. The intruders were relentless, moving with speed and precision. Every human maneuver needed to be calculated or someone could be hurt. During a brief lull, Aaron noticed a squad of intruders heading straight for the control panels of the simulator. If they succeeded, the entire chamber could collapse, trapping everyone inside. He quickly devised a plan. "General Terex," he shouted. "We need a distraction. I'll lead them away while your soldiers secure the panels." Terex studied him, then nodded slowly. "Risky, human, but your plan may succeed. Proceed." Aaron led a small team into a low-gravity zone, moving in unpredictable patterns. The intruders tried to follow, but the human agility and clever maneuvers made them easy targets for counterattacks. The humans feinted, dodged, and leapt, luring the intruders away from the control panels. Meanwhile, Terex's soldiers moved quickly, securing the simulator and reinforcing the energy fields. Aaron could see the general directing the soldiers with precision, coordinating the defense like a chess master. Even injured and stiff, Terex's strategic mind was formidable. The intruders realized too late that they had been outsmarted. Aaron led his team in a final coordinated strike, using the variable gravity zones to their advantage. They moved faster than the larger aliens could manage, and the intruders were forced to retreat. Sparks flew, alarms blared, but the chamber held firm. When the last intruder had been repelled, Terex stood at the center of the chamber, his massive chest heaving. He looked at Aaron with an intensity that made the human heart pound. "You, humans," he said slowly, almost in disbelief. "You survive. In situations where others would perish. You are clever, adaptable, and fearless. Perhaps your kind is worthy of respect." Aaron nodded, trying to hide his relief. "Thank you, General. I just did what humans do best. We adapt, we think, we survive." Terex allowed a small, almost imperceptible smile. "Perhaps your recklessness has value. Humans, you may be small, but your minds are sharp. Today you have proven it." The soldiers, both human and Clitherian, began repairing the damage. Aaron moved to Terex's side, noticing that despite the battle, the general's mood had shifted. The grumbling and growling were replaced with a sense of respect earned through action, not words. "You see, human," Terex said quietly, "strength alone is not enough. Even a Clitherian general can be limited, but cleverness, cunning, and cooperation, these are weapons just as powerful as any blade or cannon." Aaron smiled. "Exactly, General. That's why humans survive." As the chamber settled into silence, Aaron looked around. Humans and aliens worked side by side, fixing panels, recalibrating energy fields, and checking the structural integrity of the simulator. It was a small victory, but it symbolized something much larger: cooperation between two species that had once doubted each other. Terex approached Aaron, his massive frame casting a shadow over the smaller human. "Human, you have done well. Perhaps more than I expected. Your kind may not be the strongest, but you have the heart and mind of a warrior. Today, you earned your place among us." Aaron felt a surge of pride. He had started this mission as an envoy, uncertain of humans' role in the galaxy. But now, after facing real danger and using human ingenuity to turn the tide, he understood that humans had something unique to offer, something that Clitherians could not match. Terex rested a massive hand on Aaron's shoulder, surprisingly gentle. "We fight again, soon. There will be challenges, greater than this. But if you are with me, human, I believe we will prevail." Aaron nodded. "I'm ready, General. Whatever comes, we'll face it together." For the first time, Aaron felt that humans were not just outsiders in this alien alliance. They were essential allies. Their creativity, courage, and ability to adapt in the face of danger had earned them respect, and perhaps even a place in the history of the galaxy. As the sun set outside the ship, casting a golden glow through the observation windows, Aaron reflected on the day's events. He had faced danger, led humans in combat, and seen an alien general recognize the value of human ingenuity. It was a moment of triumph, not of strength but of mind and courage. And though the battle was over for now, Aaron knew that this was only the beginning. There would be more challenges, more tests, and more opportunities for humans to prove themselves. But with General Terex's respect and the trust of his team, Aaron felt ready to face anything the galaxy could throw at them. For now, he allowed himself a small moment of satisfaction. Humans had survived. Humans had adapted. Humans had shown the galaxy that they were more than they appeared to be. And somehow, despite the danger, the stiff alien, and the chaos of battle, Aaron felt a sense of purpose he had never known before. The galaxy was vast, full of challenges and mysteries, but humans had shown today that they were capable of greatness, even among the stars. The warship had returned to its normal rhythm after the unexpected attack. Soldiers moved through the corridors, repairing minor damage and checking systems, but a calm had settled over the ship. Captain Aaron Thompson walked beside General Terex, the massive alien's footsteps echoing like distant thunder. Terex's armor had been repaired, and though he still moved with caution, his posture was strong and commanding once again. "You have done well, human," Terex said, his deep voice calm now. "Your actions yesterday, they changed the way my soldiers view your kind. Perhaps even the way I view your kind." Aaron smiled, feeling the weight of respect from the formidable alien. "Thank you, General. I'm just glad I could help." Terex's glowing eyes studied him carefully. "Humans, you are strange creatures. Weak in comparison to Clitherians in strength, yet bold and unpredictable. You adapt. You think. You survive. Perhaps this is why your kind endures despite the challenges of the galaxy." Aaron laughed softly. "That's what humans do best. We might not be the strongest, but we find a way." The general's massive head tilted slightly, considering his words. Then, in a gesture that surprised Aaron, Terex extended a hand toward the human. "Come. There is something I wish to show you." Aaron followed cautiously as Terex led him to the simulator chamber. The variable gravity simulator, now fully repaired and stabilized, hummed softly. Aaron noticed that Terex had left some of his adjustments from the previous day in place. The energy field shifted in gentle waves, creating zones of low, medium, and high gravity. "I have kept your changes," Terex said. "The soldiers enjoy them. And they are useful. You have improved our training methods. A human, influencing Clitherian techniques. Who would have thought?" Aaron grinned. "I'm happy they work, General. I think humans and Clitherians can learn a lot from each other." Terex's eyes glowed brightly, reflecting pride, curiosity, and a hint of amusement. "Perhaps this is only the beginning. Humans, you are not what I expected. You are more valuable than I realized." As Aaron examined the simulator, a group of soldiers approached. Some were Clitherian, others human. They had trained together for weeks, but the events of the last day had forged a stronger bond. Even the humans, once hesitant and unsure, moved with confidence, executing maneuvers they had learned from Aaron's strategies. "You see, human," Terex said, watching the soldiers, "strength alone is meaningless if not used wisely. Even a Clitherian general can be limited. But cleverness, teamwork, and adaptability, these are weapons more powerful than any cannon or blade." Aaron nodded, his heart swelling with pride. "That's exactly how humans survive, General. By thinking, working together, and adapting." Terex stepped closer, lowering his massive hand to rest on Aaron's shoulder. The touch was gentle, considering the general's size, but it carried weight. a gesture of recognition, trust, and respect. "You have earned a place among my soldiers, human," Tarek said. "Perhaps more than that. You have earned my respect." Aaron felt a rush of satisfaction. He had entered the galaxy as an envoy, unsure of his place. But now he had proven that humans were not just physically weaker. They were cunning, resourceful, and capable of greatness. And Terex, the fearsome general, had recognized that truth. "Thank you, General," Aaron said sincerely. "That means a lot." Terex's glowing eyes softened. "Do not thank me, human. Continue to prove yourself, and the galaxy will know the truth about your kind." The conversation was interrupted by a small commotion near the edge of the chamber. One of the younger Cletherian soldiers had been struggling to navigate the variable gravity zones. Aaron walked over and demonstrated a few simple techniques, leaping efficiently, using low gravity zones for rapid movement, and anticipating momentum changes. Within minutes, the soldier was moving smoothly and confidently. "You see, General," Aaron said, "humans may be small, but we teach, adapt, and learn quickly. That is our strength." Terex watched closely, clearly impressed. "Indeed, your kind. May be small in stature, but your minds are formidable. Perhaps the galaxy will come to rely on humans more than we realize." As the hours passed, Aaron continued to work with the soldiers, refining techniques, adjusting training protocols, and helping Terex observe the results. The atmosphere in the chamber was lighter than before. Laughter mixed with instructions, and the tension of the past battles was replaced with camaraderie and shared purpose. Later, as the sun set outside the ship, casting golden streaks through the observation windows, Aaron and Terex stood together, looking out at the vastness of space. "You know, human," Terex said after a long pause, "I was wrong about you. I thought humans would be weak, reckless, and a hindrance. But you have shown courage, intelligence, and persistence. Perhaps humans have a place among the strongest in this galaxy, not because of muscles or size, but because of your minds." Aaron smiled, feeling the truth of the words deep in his heart. "That's the thing about humans, General. We survive, we adapt, and we never give up no matter how impossible the challenge." Terex nodded slowly, his glowing eyes reflecting the starlight. "Indeed, perhaps we can learn from each other. Humans, Cletherians, together. We are stronger than either alone." As night fell, the ship's systems hummed softly and the crew prepared for rest. Aaron felt a sense of peace he had not known since arriving in the galaxy. The mission had started with fear and uncertainty, but it had ended with mutual respect and understanding. Humans had proven their worth, and Terex had recognized it. Before leaving the chamber, Terex turned to Aaron with a faint smile. "Human, next time you touch our machines, do so carefully, but also, do not be afraid to try new things. Your ingenuity, your creativity. It is a weapon I did not know I needed." Aaron chuckled. "I'll keep that in mind, General, but I promise, I'll try not to make you unable to sit again." Terex rumbled a low laugh, shaking his massive head. "Perhaps we can work together without mishaps. Perhaps the galaxy is ready to see what humans can truly do." Aaron left the simulator chamber that night with a renewed sense of purpose. He had entered the alien warship as a cautious envoy, unsure of humans' role in this vast galaxy. He had faced danger, helped an alien general recover, guided soldiers through training and battle, and proven that humans were capable of more than anyone had expected. The galaxy was still full of challenges and unknown threats, but Aaron knew one thing for certain: humans had value beyond strength or size. Their courage, creativity, and adaptability made them a force to be respected, a force capable of shaping the future of the galaxy itself. And as he gazed out at the stars from the ship's observation deck, Aaron felt a deep sense of pride. The galaxy was vast, mysterious, and dangerous, but humans had shown today that they could meet any challenge. They could survive. They could adapt. They could triumph. And with allies like General Terex watching their backs, the possibilities were endless. For the first time, Aaron truly understood what it meant to be human in a galaxy that underestimated his kind. Small, perhaps, but powerful beyond measure, not in muscle, but in mind, heart, and spirit.